Hey y'all, it's me, Shelly. Okay, so I was gonna do a wash day video today, but my AC is out upstairs, so that's why we are downstairs in my basement, because we have like two HVAC unit, whatever, you guys don't care about that. AC is out upstairs, so it's cooler down in the bottom half of my house. So I really wanted to make this video for a while now, and I guess we could say this is a part of Shelly's diaries. Okay, so last video I did was wash day. Another one is coming because I need, as you see, I need to wash my hair. So I've been rocking this like puff, and hopefully I can get that out by the end of the week. But when I say it's like super hot upstairs, I went up there for like 5 minutes and I was sweating already. So I just grabbed the camera and was like, let me just come downstairs and get this video started. So I've been keeping a secret from you guys. So I was MIA for, I feel like it was like a month and a half or something like that. But when I say 2026, when I made the first video I made, I was like, 2026 is gonna be the year. It's gonna be great. All the things, right? I may have to split this video into two parts, but we'll see. So, your girl is pregnant. Okay, so this is gonna be my testimony video, and I'm gonna be long-winded, so stick with me though, because it's a beautiful story. So earlier this year, I was talking to God and I was like, yeah, I just threw this out. I was like, yeah, I want to be barefoot and pregnant this year, right? And I've been praying about being pregnant for a while now. So I've been married for 7 years, and I have PCOS, as I mentioned in another video, and I felt as though everybody in the world around me was getting pregnant. Like, they would cough and they'd be pregnant. And I was just like, what's going on, Lord? Like, why am I not getting pregnant? Like, my best friend had 2 kids on me. And, another friend had 2 kids. And people were just popping up pregnant. And I was just like, what is it about me, Lord, that I can't get pregnant? And so over the years, I've been sad. I've been sad, and I've been like, I felt like Hannah. I felt like I couldn't get pregnant, and I was praying, and I was praying. And then it finally happened this year, which was a huge surprise. Like, when I tell you, I literally, alright, TMI, I literally had one pregnancy test left. And I was just going to throw it out because I was like, ain't no way. Because well, I don't know if you know, but if you're a woman and you've been trying, and you just take the test and you get your hopes up, and it's like, oh, okay. So this time I didn't even get my hopes up, because I was like, I know for sure I ain't pregnant. Like, I've been drinking, I've been having a good time. Like, I wasn't worried about being pregnant. I was at a point, I would say this is probably like March. I was at a point where I was like, okay, Shelly, like, you're finally gonna focus on your fitness journey. You're gonna focus on you. You're gonna figure out the things that you like and go from there, because this is gonna be the year about you and discovering you and the new things that you like. And so I took the test, and I was in shock. I was like, no. I was saying no because I was just drinking the day before. Like, not a lot, but, and I was just like, girl, you're lying, like, I'm about to cry talking about it. I was like, you're lying. Like, I'm like, God, no. Like, no, you're not doing this to me right now, right? And I called my husband down and said, first of all, I think it was the day before or earlier that day, we got into an argument. So he was kind of salty, right? Like, he was still feeling the argument. And that's real life, right? So we get in arguments, we get in disagreements and stuff like that. But the fact that, like, literally the day before we really got into an argument, and he was still holding on to it because I could tell the next day. So I called him downstairs. I was like, Devin, oh my gosh, look at this. And he looked at it. He was like, what? Like, and I was just like, no. And he was just like, are you sure? Like, has this happened before? I'm like, no, of course not. Of course we haven't had a positive test before. And so then he's like, okay, let's go to the store, get some more, just to be sure. Because I told you this my last test. So we went, we got a few, and I did 2 more tests, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is positive. So I texted my best friend, and was just like, guess what? Like, and so I let her know first, because I felt like she's been in the trenches with me praying about this, and it's been a journey. It's definitely been hard, like, getting to at least that point and this point in general, like, but oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. Like, it definitely was a surprise to me, and I was like, God got jokes, because I literally, I was done. I was like, I'm not worried about kids. Like, let me fix my marriage first. Not say it's, that bad, but just like issues that we have, like, let's address those issues. Let's get right before we go down this journey of trying or even adopting. Because I was like, oh, well, maybe at the end of the year, maybe next year we'll adopt. We talked about it. We were about to start looking into the information about it. And then I was pregnant, and I was like, oh my gosh. And of course, like, first of all, I went to the doctors, and she's like, oh yeah, you're about 6 weeks. And that was the first time I went to the doctors. The second time I went to the doctors, they were like, you're about 8 weeks. And I was like, oh, that is it. Math isn't math. It was like 3 weeks later. So I guess I literally found out as soon as I was pregnant, which was good, because, again, I was drinking, and my plan for the summer was to, like, not be an alcoholic, but, go out, socialize, and have social drinks, and just, like, have some fun, do some vacations and stuff. We still did vacations, but still, it's a little different. But, said all to just say that I am pregnant. And right now, I am currently, I'm 19 weeks, which means I am 4 months and 3 weeks pregnant. And so far in this pregnancy, it has been amazing. I mean, I've had nausea. I was nauseous. I think nausea is like the most symptom I had. I mean, some cramping here and there, but this pregnancy journey, when I was like, Lord, what's happening, right? Like, this is like really smooth compared to, like, I hear the people around me has been pregnant, so I've heard about, morning sickness and the nausea and, like, just small stuff, right? Like, no food aversion is one, so I've been mainly doing fruit and stuff, but, like, other than that, when I say the Lord has been keeping me this pregnancy, He's been keeping me this pregnancy. Like, I didn't know what to expect to go into it, first of all, but then to have the symptoms and to be like, la la la, like, it's been beautiful, and I'm so grateful. And I'm having a boy. And I thought that was, like, hilarious, because I don't know if it's a myth or whatever. They say that, with boy pregnancies, it's easier versus girls, that they take all your energy and stuff. So I was just like, either way. And I think it's so crazy because, like, throughout the pregnancy, prayers has been coming back to my mind, and there has been, like, several prayers that I prayed to God about. One of them, I wanted a December baby because I'm a December baby, and I'm having a December baby. So I'm still lost for words for that. So I'm thankful for that. And I thought it was crazy because I was like, oh yeah, I did. I feel like a December baby. And so I was like, I'm having a December baby. Got my baby. And then I wanted a boy first. So the reason why I wanted a boy first was because, like, the relationship I have with my big brother. And I thought that that would be cool, like, to have that leadership. Not to say a female can do it, but, like, I really wanted my, like, for my kids to have an older brother that they can look up to and that they could depend on, and he can, like, guide them throughout life journeys. So I think that's such a beautiful thing. And the fact that I'm pregnant, y'all, when I say, whew, I'm not trying to cry, I'm not like, I don't want to say that I'm a pessimist or like I'm a negative Nancy, but it's been hard. Like, it's been hard seeing people over the years get pregnant and to be around them while they're pregnant. And not to say that it wasn't rooting for them, it wasn't praying for them, but, you know, something that I've desired since I was little is to be a mother so I can give my child a better life than I've had growing up. And I feel like it's a full circle moment because it's coming together. Like, I feel as though my child, not to say I'm rich or anything, but like, my child is going to be better off because of the position I am. You know, I'm an engineer, my husband's a teacher, and my child would have two parents, a two-parent home, which I think is like crazy and like super exciting. And I'm so excited for that. I think me and my husband, we talked multiple times about like how would it look like when we have kids, and I just kept telling him, you know, like, the fact that it's a two-parent household is going to be crazy. And just like financially, we're financially secure. We're not like, you know, well off or anything, but like, we're able to afford a kid now, and we're able to make sure that our kid eats and have clothes and like be able to participate in sports and like extracurricular activities. And my kid is going to be like a mathematician because I am. So baby boy has work cut out for him when it comes to like math and stuff. But like, I think my it's crazy to be like my son. I think my son is going to be well off, and I'm so grateful and blessed because never in a million years have I thought that I would be a mother. You know, I always long for this, but to be walking in it, and I know God made promises and like he keeps his promises, but like to be in it is so crazy to me. I'm like overwhelmed with joy right now. And you know, I think I hope that this video touches people who are in that situation or have gone through it, because to see the other side of it is so beautiful. And I think for the longest time for me, it was always hard to I don't want to say accept people's testimonies, but like, you know, it's good for them, right? But like, what about me? You know, I'm still in that situation where I'm struggling with infertility, and like, but to see someone who struggled with it and to see the results of it and to see how God is faithful, I pray that it touches somebody. Whew, man, it's been a journey though, y'all. Like, oh, y'all see my stuffies? Well, most of them my husband's, but yeah. So it's definitely been a journey to get to this point, and I don't know, y'all. Like, I think that first of all, It was a shock, right? But on top of that, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, of course, I'm showing up to my appointments, doing my prenatals and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, as the months go on, I'm just like, are you there? Are you there down there? You know, like, are you? And that's what I wanted to say. So, like, literally a couple weeks before I found out that I was pregnant, I had this dream. I'm gonna tell you about my dream because when I say God showed up, so what happened was, so I have dreams, right? I'm a dreamer, and you know, dreams are important. They tell you about things to come, um, people around you, warnings. It like dreams could mean a whole bunch of different things or whatever. But in this dream that I had, like me and my husband, we was like at the house, and then like I was talking to this angel. Essentially, I was talking to an angel. It was all human form, right? So talking to this angel, and um, essentially I was like, yeah, like we having this conversation. I'm just asking questions. I'm like, oh yeah, like yeah, I would love to talk to God, like, and I was like, yeah, I would love to, like, I have questions, like, I would love to talk to God. And the angel was just like, okay, like, just know that when you ask these questions, you're not gonna remember them. And I was like, okay, whatever, like, let me just talk to um, God. And so, of course, like, alright, it's gonna sound like crazy, like, the form at which God was presented was like these three women, and they were, you know, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit just showed up. I was in awe. The glory was there. It was beautiful. And then I believe it was the Father who pulled me to the side, and I was having this conversation. And I was just like, you know, I was just talking about, I was like, would I ever have kids? And then it was just like, who said you couldn't have kids? And I was just like, I got excited because I was just like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, I've been trying, and you know, so I'm just getting excited and stuff. But then I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, oh, okay. And so I woke up and I told my husband, I was like, oh, like God said I can have kids, you know? And I was just like, you know, like, it was like, okay, cool, like, one day it's gonna happen. And so it kind of took a little bit of the weight off my shoulder, because I was like, you know, I was always worried, like, okay, when am I gonna have kids? Like, people are on their third and fourth kid now. Like, and again, not supposed to compare timelines, because everybody's life and story and things that they go through are different for a reason, right? Like, my testimony is my testimony. It may be similar to yours, but at the end of the day, it's still our own testimonies. And so then that's when, a couple weeks, I found out I was pregnant. I was like, oh, the story, like the dream, like, oh my gosh, like, I was pregnant then when God was like, who said you couldn't get pregnant? So I thought that that was crazy, because I was like, girl, you were pregnant. You were pregnant when you had the dream in the first place. Blew my mind. Something so simple, right? But then on top of that, I was like, I don't know. I just been like in La La Land. I just been like, of course, all the world things is happening, but I've been like in a space of peace, and I feel like God has put like this shield of protection around me when it comes to stuff, because I'm just like, you know. And don't get me wrong, a lot of stuff has been happening. No, I literally was in a car accident. Not car accident. Like, I had a flat literally some weeks before that, and you know, cars were like coming by. I didn't know I was pregnant. I was getting out on the side of the road, and cars were flying by, and this random dude just showed up and changed my tire, and I was like, sir, thank you, because no one was stopping. But like, things have been happening, you know, like financially. So the garbage disposal went out. I didn't think it was that expensive, but it was. And then our AC went out. Same price as the garbage disposal. And I'm like, hey, TV, I broke my TV. I broke it. So, had to get a new TV. Then, what else? I don't know. Things just financially has been happening. I'm just like, Lord, I'm going to trust you. I'm not trying to stress over money because we have a little bundle of joy coming. But I know everything's going to work out, you know? So I've just been like mentally preparing for birth, and I think that's where all my anxiety and fear is right now, is at childbirth. But different story. We can dive into that another time. I said all that to say that I'm here, and I'm trying to be mindful of when I put the videos out, meaning I'm trying to catch a schedule. I'm trying to get a groove back on turning the camera on. And then my camera, I think I may have to get it repaired. So I just got to figure things out. But I'm here, and I'm still documenting this year. It's a hoot. I tell you, I was not expecting, I talked about it. I was like, yeah, Lord, let's be pregnant this year. This is the year. And I knew it was a different year, but like, I honestly wasn't expecting that. I was thinking more so of like, weight loss transformation. Like, oh, I'm start the year off strong, and then I'm gonna lose weight, and then people be like, who is that? And I'll be like, I worked hard to lose this weight, and I'm keeping it off, right? Like, not gaining weight because of a child, which I'm grateful for, right? I was like, Lord, after this baby, I gotta lock it. I gotta get a trainer, and I got for real lock it. But yeah, so I don't know, y'all. Like, I'm so excited, and I'm just trying to be one at this time, and yeah, just like relax and keep the peace. But yeah, thank you guys for staying tuned for my testimony video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you share it with someone who needs it, and to know that whatever the situation is, whatever the issue is, God is going to bring you through, even if it takes 7 years, even if it takes longer or shorter. God is going to answer that prayer that you've been longing for, and you just got to trust and know. And honestly, forget about it. Say the prayer, forget about it. Let God do what he do. Let him answer it when he does, because he is an on-time God, and it's going to work out. So, hope this encouraged you. All right, y'all. Catch you in the next one. Bye.